Hey everyone, Mike here with Canadian Cards, and we've got a special guest. We've got Mike, baseball collector. He's agreed to sit down and we're going to do a little video. I'm going to ask him a few questions and see how he's enjoying this year's National. So welcome, Mike.
Thank you.
Everybody knows who you are.
That's not true, but okay.
It is. He's being modest because some female just yelled his name over there. So,
Mildly embarrassing, but okay.
Give us a little background about your involvement with cards, collecting, YouTube. Give us the whole gamut on it.
I'll give you the Reader's Digest. I don't want to bore people, but I started collecting in 1981. I really just loved the hobby. I was a huge baseball fan, so that was a big deal for me. I'm mostly baseball. That's why collection's centered around. I love all sports and I follow everything, but I'm really a baseball fanatic and huge lover of the history of the game. And so for a long time, I just kind of opened stuff randomly like we all did as kids. As I got older, I started to player collect, and I kind of went from Darryl Strawberry to Juan Gonzalez to Ivan Rodriguez to Josh Hamilton, just kind of all over the place.
Shout out to your Rangers.
Shout out to the Rangers. But I was able to kind of convert over to the Hall of Fame world. I started seeing I really love the history of the game, and Hall of Famers kind of never go out of style. They never get, once a Hall of Famer, always Hall of Famer. So that, to me, just made a lot of sense.
Great.
And so I started building my collection centered around Hall of Famers, autographs, slabs, everything.
Great, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
So another thing I was going to ask too, do you ever, that a lot of the trend is, and because you collect Hall of Famers, so I don't know how your answer on this, but do you ever prospect with anybody?
I really don't. Not that there's anything, dude, collect what you love. That's totally true, but to me, that just, I'd rather buy a sure thing, and Hall of Famers or that.
Right.
So, and I learned that from player collecting. Darryl Strawberry, Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame track, and derailed by drugs. Juan Gonzalez, Hall of Fame track, derailed by steroids. Pudge Rodriguez was a Hall of Famer, but Josh Hamilton, same story, right? Fizzle out. And so the idea of prospecting would be similar to a player collector, and to me, I'd rather spend my money on something that's proven
Good.
commodity like a Hall of Famer.
Right.
It's just that simple, and that's nothing wrong with that, good or bad.
Yeah,
Just
great
different.
points. Great point. Next question I wanted to write down. Give us 3 likes and dislikes about the hobby.
About the hobby,
3 things that you like. Let's go with that.
I love the cards.
Mm-hmm.
That may sound incredibly simplistic, but that's true. What else do I like about the hobby? I love the camaraderie that's created, especially in a community of collectors that we have here on YouTube. And the third thing I like about the hobby, wow, you did get me with this one. Let me go to dislikes, and then maybe I'll come up with another like. There's so much to like about the hobby.
Absolutely. Okay, we could let that. You're right. The likes are. It's a vast general answer. So
I like the nostalgia of it. Maybe
there
that's
you
a
go.
good like.
That's good. That's
third
good.
like. So the dislikes for me are, I dislike the greed that's in the
Right.
hobby, and that's around not so much among the collecting community, but the industry in general.
Right.
That bothers me. It's not why I do it. I don't sell cards. I'm not in this for the money. I do it as a hobby. So I don't like the greed. I dislike the shadiness that might go on some things. I try to be an incredibly honest guy. I have a savior that has a standard for me that's a little bit higher than most people, and so it bothers me when people are shady. I don't want to be that way. I want to be honest in everything I do and talk.
Good.
What else I have another dislike, the prices.
Everyone has a dislike.
Things are going up and up, and that's great for the hobby in general. It's not so great for me as a collector.
Right.
And so I don't need. I'd pay $1 for every card and walk away and be just as thrilled as if, it's not about the money.
Right.
So I try to get stuff as cheap as I can. I sometimes may insult some dealers, but what are you going to do? You got to negotiate, right, Mike?
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. And Mike's taught me quite a bit about negotiating, and that's going to be the last part of our. We have a great story about a Willie Mays card, but we'll get to the end. The other thing, Mike's got a great video. He has a cabinet or a drawer called the Beast in his card room that him and his father made. It's beautiful. And how many slabs do you think you could fit in that? Do you know exactly?
I do know. We actually did that on purpose. We made it the way it is on purpose. It'll hold regular slabs. It'll hold about 3,700 regular slabs. And then I have 2 rows of it that are for tall boy slabs. And it'll hold about, whoa, somebody's getting boomed over there, but I'll finish. They're breaking wax here at the National right over here, so they're booming, but that's another thing I don't do is break wax, but it's another story. Go watch it on my channel. But what are we talking about? The Beast, the tall boy slabs, it can hold 600 or 700.
Wow.
Which I kind of overbuilt it. I didn't mean to build it that big for the tall boys because I don't have that many, and I don't know. It just looks right aesthetically.
Sure, it does.
Sorry, I'm shaking the camera, but
no, it's okay.
So I don't know what else. That's how many it holds. That's what you asked me. I'm sorry.
No,
right.
That's good. Next up, so you're a Hall of Fame collector.
Yep.
That's primarily what you collect. You've got every top set from 73?
Correct, 73 to now.
I watch your videos.
Thank you.
I know.
47 years in a row.
What, and you told me this yesterday, but I forget, how many members in the Baseball Hall of Fame, and how many of their autographs do you have?
There's 330-something Hall of Famers. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it's in the 330s. There's about 50 guys that are just impossible to get. Just forget about it. They're either so rare or so expensive that it's not practical. And I have 241 of the guys you can get. So there's really about 280 that you can get, and I have 241. The difference between my 241 and the 280 is a house.
Right.
So like literally. So.
But you've got what? Almost 3/4.
I do.
That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
And out of your Hall of Fame autographs, who is the one you have the most of?
That's a good question.
Because I know you have a lot of.
Rodriguez. I have over 100 Pudge Rodriguez autographs.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I have 2,300 total.
That's incredible.
Autographs. I have a bunch of guys with 20. I have 20, 30.
Right.
It's just crazy, which is why I can tell you if they're good or not.
Exactly.
I just see them all the time. So.
Yeah. You are the Hall of Fame, YouTube Baseball Hall of Fame commissioner?
No. Well.
You are.
I'm the Sports Card Hall, right? It's the
YouTube
Sports Card Hall of Fame.
Sports Card.
I did that, in early 2018, just as I wanted to learn about more channels. I wanted to learn about older channels, and did it as a way to bring the community together.
Right.
And some other people have called me the commissioner of that, just because I kind of generated the idea, birthed the idea, but it's really for everybody more than anything. It's just something fun.
That's great.
It's meant to be fun.
That's great. Finally, this is it was my first national this year, and
I'm glad you're here, by the way.
Yeah, I really leaned on Mike when I first met him yesterday. I didn't know the feel of how things went, but Mike kind of took me under his wing and took me around, and he's got a good story. Last night I told it to another YouTuber, but today I want Mike to tell it because it's a fantastic story. So go ahead and share that story.
The 61 Mays story?
Yes.
So I need a 61 Mays for one of the set registries that I'm working on. And we saw one at a table. It looked nice. It was a PSA 6, which is a nice collector grade. $180 was on the sticker. Do you ever pay sticker price, Mike, for a card? No, you never pay sticker. Why would you do that? Because you can negotiate everything. So I promptly just, first of all, make sure I needed it. So I checked my set registry. Okay, I do need it. That's great. Second thing I did was check prices on eBay for recently sold. I don't mind paying a little bit more, but just to have it in hand and not have to worry about losing it in the mail or paying for shipping or whatever.
Right.
So I just wanted to know what ballpark I needed to play in. If this guy was even close, $180 was not close. We found one for $90.
Yeah.
Buy it now. We found one a little further down for $73. Buy it now, free shipping.
Best offer too.
Or best offer. And I said, I turned the camera to the guy. I showed him on my phone. I'm like, look, will you kind of price check? And the answer was no. This is a better 6 than any 6 on there. I'm like, it's still a 6. I mean, at the end of the day, yours is a nice 6. I agree. And it's not meant to be insulting to the dealer. The dealer can put any price they want on a card. It's their right to sell it. It's my right to say no, thank you, and move along. And so what I ended up doing is that we ended up walking away from the table because, and then I ended up buying it. And to buy it now, I made a best offer, $65.
Sold.
Cards on my way to my house.
And, great story.
And so that just shows you don't just pay something just because. Don't get desperate. Don't be emotional about it, which is hard.
Right.
Really, really hard because But here at the National is a great testament to, and it's true on eBay. There's always another one.
Yeah.
You're not buying a one-of-one. You're not buying the only one. There will be another one. You just have patience is so important in this hobby. It took me 38 years to amass my collection. I didn't do it in a week or a month or a year. And so have patience, know what you want, don't settle, and just get a nice card. So that's my story.
Great story and great advice. So just going to wrap this up. Mike, want to thank you for doing this for my channel.
Thank you, Mike.
Mike, Baseball Collector, great channel, great guy in the community. Hosted a great event last night for a bunch of us, and thanks for appearing, and we'll talk soon, everyone. Take care.
Keep collecting.